The creepiest thing about our next film is the lead character's name, Anthony, on Film Threat Reviews. I'm Alan Ng. I'm with Zorianna Kit, and today we review The Father. A man refuses all assistance from his daughter as he tries to make sense of his changing circumstances. He begins to doubt his loved ones, his own mind, and even the fabric of reality. We're reviewing The Father. It's directed by Florian Zeller, stars Anthony Hopkins, Olivia Colman, Rufus, Sewell, and Imogen Poots. I will say, so this is a story about an older man going through dementia, and it's just weird because the lead character's name is Anthony, which is played by Anthony Hopkins, and so it's hard to watch everyone say his name and not think that what's going on with Anthony Hopkins. What did you think of The Father?
I was not prepared at how much I would enjoy this movie. I kind of avoided tuning into it. It was in my orbit. I knew it was a movie I should watch, that it was going to have some great performances. But I think just the subject matter, I was worried that it might be a little depressing, and I was just never kind of got into that movie-going spirit based on my preconceived notions about the film. But when I watched this, I mean, the whole thing is, it's Anthony Hopkins whose performance just blows you away. It's so riveting. First of all, he is 83 years old in real life. I don't know how old this character is, but in real life, the man is 83 years old, and he is of sound mind and sound body. And if you watch this movie, keeping that in mind, as he portrays a man who is deteriorating, you're just like, yes, this is the greatest living actor alive today, because this man continues to astound and amaze. Now I understand why in 2005, when he was being interviewed by Oprah Winfrey, she gave him the yellow pages and said, you can make the yellow pages interesting, just read. And he did. And
I had to agree with you. When we were talking about films review, you mentioned The Father and just how much I got a sense that it struck you deeply. And so I'm going, okay, well, Zorianna thinks this is amazing. So I actually don't like to have that going in, because that's a high expectation. But my God, Anthony Hopkins he's brilliant in this. The sadness of Chadwick Boseman passing away, as much as he deserves all the love and adulation we're about to give him in award season, man, this performance is just incredible. And it's it's about dementia and his character falling into it, and the range he has throughout this. I mean, he goes from manic to depressive, and he's just all over the place emotionally, and is such a spot on, sharp, brilliant performance.
Yes, I mean, he is sad, tragic, but then he has these moments where he's loving, and then he has a major temper tantrum, and then he's like a impetulant child, and
then he's not dancing.
Yes, I was just about to say that, and then he's dancing, and so he's all over the place, but the performance is not all over the place. This is it's very controlled in that way. There've been a lot of movies about this topic before, a lot of really good movies, and I'm just going to look at some of my notes here on the side, but because I wanted to remember a few years. Speaking a movie about not remembering, I wanted to remember.
I get thinking about this, like what movies does this remind me of, and I'm going, I can't remember.
But a few years back, there was Still Alice with Julianne Moore as someone who was battling memory loss. I remember Away from Her, directed by Sarah Polley. Julie Christie was the one suffering from dementia in Alzheimer's in this movie, and was nominated for an Oscar that year. Heck, even The Notebook. I mean, the whole premise of The Notebook is that the man is in the hospital trying to get his wife to remember their relationship. So there've been so many riveting.
We might as well throw in Regarding Henry while you're at it.
True. I mean, this is a topic that has been covered a lot in cinema. to me, what makes this so interesting is that, and I think one of the reasons we fall for this performance so much is because we are made to feel like we are in it with him, because the characters, we get just as confused as he does.
Oh boy.
Like, the story is told through his eyes, but there are three different women in here, and we need to make sense. Wait, is this one his daughter? Wait, is there a dead daughter here? But is she not dead? Which one's the nurse? Because the characters do kind of, the same scene will replay itself with a different character inserted. And so he's confused because he thinks this just happened. And so did we. Next thing you know, the scene is replayed with a different actress and a different perspective. I mean, is there an ex-husband or a current boyfriend? Is it his house that he's living in? Or is he living with his daughter? And we are going on this confusing journey too. And I think that is all the more emotional for us.
Yeah, I think, you went down a fairly long list of films, and those always came at it from the caretaker's perspective, from family members' perspective, watching their loved one deteriorate. While in this one, it puts us in that loved one's position, in Anthony Hopkins' position. And you get this sense of confusion, this sense of, I don't know that we exactly know what goes on when someone has dementia or Alzheimer's, but it must feel something like this. And that all goes to a brilliant story. And then let me also add Little Fish to your list of movies. This one just came out last month, and it deals with the same idea of memory loss and dementia. And I would highly recommend that film as well.
I think we just reviewed in the last year, Alan. You and we reviewed something on.
I have Eternal Beauty here, but I'm not sure that's the one you're thinking of. The one with Sally Hawkins.
Which one?
The one with Sally Hawkins.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the one. I know that there was one, but I can't remember.
I know. When I wrote down the Eternal Beauty, I'm going, I don't think that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, but there was one. I think there was. But and I also think the other thing that also made me feel slightly uncomfortable watching this movie is because it is Anthony Hopkins, and he is so beloved, and he is 83 years old. I felt a genuine concern that this might happen to him one day. And I was not ready for my beloved Anthony Hopkins to go down this path. And it was a little surreal, I didn't like that.
Yeah, that goes to my comment of, why did they name the main character Anthony? I mean, it's like, is this some real foreshadowing going on right now? Or it's like I'm hoping it's just a performance, and I'm going to just say it is. It's a great performance, and he's perfectly fine.
I actually believe that this was based on Florian's play. So I'm sure before there was the movie version with Anthony Hopkins, there was the stage play, and I'd like to think that character's name was Anthony from
I'll be honest, the answer to the question I had was, I'm wondering if this was a stage play or not, because it's, with its limited location and just the nature that it's a series of discussions, and there's a very small, tight cast here, that it must have been a play.
Yeah, but although it didn't feel so claustrophobic like adaptations like that can sometimes feel, and I think that just comes down to the fact that the performances were so great. I mean, I know we're talking about Anthony Hopkins because you can't help. I mean, he is the movie. The title is The Father. That's him, but he is surrounded by a really great cast. I mean, the three women: Olivia Colman, Olivia Williams, and Imogen Poots. They're all fantastic. The men: Rufus, Sewell. I can't remember the other fellow.
Mark Gaddis.
Yeah. So everyone is really good. He's surrounded by these great actors that keep us guessing as to what their role is in this man's life, and if these are good memories or bad memories that he has towards them. And it's a really special movie because it does place you in a different chair.
Yeah, and I will say the ending is just nails it in terms of, some of the reveals that occur at the very end. I'm like, okay, this is, performance aside, this is a brilliant story, and I just loved it. Yeah. So clearly you connected with it. You love the performances. I mean, no one's going to complain about Anthony Hopkins, and I the top performances this year, this is definitely one of them. And so I'm going to guess you gave it a 9.5, maybe a 10 even.
Oh, I know. I would like to give this movie a 10. I'm good, but I don't even know what a 10 truly is here. But so 9.5, I feel is as close as I'm going to get here. So yes, I loved it that much. And for someone who's resisted watching that, I please don't make the same mistake that I made. Just really give the time to sit. You won't be able to stop. You will see it through.
I would have easily passed this by had you not suggested it. Really.
Yeah. There's a reason Anthony Hopkins is getting recognized by different award shows and critic groups this award season, and his brilliance is reaffirmed. Sometimes we take for granted that a good actor is a good actor, and we kind of like go, oh yeah, it's Anthony Hopkins, of course he's going to be good. Like, yeah, okay, but
and never limited by age in this performance.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I still feel at a loss of words as to how properly convey to people how brilliant this performance is and how it's a must-see. 9.5 for me, Alan. I know you felt just as strongly as I did about this performance.
Yeah.
And
my standards when it comes to nines and nines.
Exactly. So I think that I think you gave it a 9. You did.
Yeah, I gave it a 9 for the very reason that I'm about to say. It's not Avengers. It's not Avengers Endgame. I'm sorry. It's the Avengers Endgame. That's my movie.
Anthony Hopkins in a Marvel movie.
We did get him in a Marvel movie. He was in Thor.
Oh, he was? Okay.
He's in all 3 Thor movies.
Oh, wait, my bad. That's right.
Yeah. And he was great in that too. And and in Thor 3, he's suffering from some memory issues as well. Mental. Yeah. So there you go. Thor Ragnarok prepared him for this role.
There we go. All right. It. I'm sure that's what he'd say, Alan.
All right. So with that, be sure to like, subscribe, comment below. Let us know what you thought of The Father. And with that, let's get out of here.